subscribe for more videos.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to some more no, not Ask. We're playing EU4 as the Kongo, and we are working on a couple things right now. I'm going to start by going and fabricating our first claim on Mogadishu. That is good for business. We'll keep that going until we can get the second one on the beach here. That'll be awesome. And then I also want Adele. I want to have a claim up on the Adele's territory all up here. So we're going to go ahead and begin fabricating claims here in Adele as well. We are improving relations with a couple friends. Actually, we'll wait on the Adele thing as well. Galeti is 182, so they're actually 8 points away from being able to be vassalized, and that we will do right away. And then Air I want to vassalize as well. Now there's an issue with the aforementioned plans of the Mamluk wars. I was thinking I'd be fighting the Mamluks, but I'll also end up fighting the Persians and Yarkland, which I don't know where Yarkland is at as far as Yarkland? Yarkaland? Where is Yarkaland? I don't know where Yarkland is. Yarkand. Hope if I was saying it right. I honestly don't know where Yarkand is. Thought it was over here, but doesn't look like there's room for it to be over here. Oh wait, no, Yarkand was up here somewhere, right? No. Yarkand? I thought Yarkand was here somewhere. There's an transaction. Look at the size of that thing. The Timurids, as we saw last time, are just beat down to a nothingness. Yarkand, where are you? Oman is there. Mamluks. Wasteland. Oh, the roads still exist? The knights still exist. The Knights of Rhodes still exist. That's impressive. Yarkand. I should find it. Yarkand. Oh, they're way up here. Okay, so that's odd, but the Mamlukan and the Persians. Look at Persia. Look how big they are. They are done well for themselves. Persia. Persia. There we go. Spell it right. 139,000 manpower with, or standing army with 159 force limit, and 67 in reserve. That's 139,000 more level 20 warriors. So we are not going to do that war. Mamluks are 20. Persia is 20. Yarkland might even be 20. As far as I know, 19. And we're behind on tech. So we're going to fiddle with the other things we can do over here to work on this. We're also going to look into our financials. We do have one debt we can pay off in full, and I'll do that. That brings us down to 1,600 bucks. There is some value in focusing in on improving these guys. So our tech cost right now has no, Sankor Madresa, this wonderful wonder, is giving us institution spread and pastoral loyalty, but we could increase the pastoral loyalty from 5 to 10, the spread from 15 to 30, and the technology costs reduced down to 5%. If we wanted to go to the next stage after that, we could even get it as far as 10% down on all tech. That would be pretty darn huge across the board. This thing costs about, what, 2,602. So we are real close to being able to do that. I shouldn't have paid off that debt, to be honest. We'll let that keep going. What is our income? 67. So as far as rebellions, let's have a quick scan through those. Messina up there, and the East Coast has some rebellions on the Horn. Those guys are up there. We'll go ahead and leave. We'll leave this here. The ships are on their way around. Not the galleys, the brigs or whatever they're called now, are on their way around there. Our fleet, the merchantmen, are on their way, actually. That's awesome. We don't have the tech for the next move, so we're just going to hold down to that. I'm going to actually bring this guy back to the west. because we're not really needing to deal with that. There's 70,000 Mamlukan troops running through Ethiopia, and Ethiopia is ducking and running. Reasonable, friends, reasonable. So let's go to Galindi and get you into vassalized status as soon as the next tick hits. We should be there. Oh, there's a Dell broken. Hold on. Not broken at all. Actually, you got nothing out of them. You just white pieced them? Wow, really? That's pretty impressive. You didn't lose anything to them, did you? I don't think so. No, you didn't. Did you break their alliances? Yeah, they have no alliances left. But that was before, so they have no alliances now. So Adel is on its own. That's beautiful and makes my heart a little happy. Air here, we could go with an ally. Offer alliance. Oh, Air's a vassal under Tunis. Oh my, I did not realize that. Okay. I did not realize they broke it off as a vassal. Fair enough. I want that vassal. And I can't get that vassal. Wonder if I could vassalize Air? I don't know if I can. Tunis, however, has Tuscany as their ally. Oh, which means I could go and start taking some land on Tunis separately. Oh, hello. No, I don't want an ally with you. I want a spy network on you. Absolutely. That's another target we can move at in a different direction. So let's see where Air is at as far as its land. So this is not considered core. Is there anything else, anyone else that has core here? Songhai has core in here. What about up this way? Nobody. Songhai as well. Again, this is all Tunisian lands. Morocco has a bunch there. There are Algerian lands, but no cores. See, like this is Algiers. But does Algiers have core? Algiers has cores up here. Those are owned by Castile. Or Spain, I guess, now. Yeah, so if we start taking lands from Tunis, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Tunis would be mostly on their own. They are level 20 militarily, so we would have to overpower their numbers. But Tuscany, yeah, Tuscany only has a tiny bit of land here. So they're not going to be a major issue. Independence guaranteed by the Papal State. What a weird mess. Milan is still intact. Trent is fairly large, and they've basically taken over Venetian lands. The 3 Leagues has actually taken land into Switzerland. Burgundy is a beast this playthrough. France is basically a non-entity. It's a weird version of the world this time. Although, you know what? I say that every time I play, because it seems like every single playthrough seems to scramble the world in oddball ways very, very frequently. I'd love to play a Persian playthrough, where you actually try to form Persia and then take over the world. Xerxes. Maybe a little late for Xerxes. It's slightly out of time at this point. We have a 10k and a 26k stand separate. Ah, okay. Gotcha. We can bring on the leader. He can hang out in the capital and pretend like he's doing some military training. Tunis is not in this war, so these guys have got to be going up to take out the Moroccan lands here. They are. While they're losing their lands heavily. Oh, Coptic rebels. Look at that. That'd be cool if they turned a bunch of stuff Coptic down here. New trade good wool in Dawa. Yeah, let's look at the religious land here. So these are Coptic, but the state religion is... Wait. Ethiopia went Catholic? Ethiopia did go Catholic. Well, that's odd. Okay, but all the lands are Coptic. What's going on here? Yeah, all the lands are Coptic. When did you become Catholic? This is the only place that the Jewish faith exists in the land at this time of the world. And it's right in here. It is in these 2 provinces, I believe. So it's funny to see the Coptic zealots rising up there. All right. You're coming over here to deal with Songhai when we deal with them next. Or not. That would be 61. We're still a long ways off on that. Wait, how is it 61? Isn't that 10 years ahead? Oh, no, sorry. No. We're in November of 61. Oh, 51 it says. I'm reading wrong. I got my eye is burning here for some bizarre reason. Just had something on my hand to rub my eye or something. Just up working in the kitchen, so ouch. Nice 1.5. But the what was I saying? Yes, the it's 51, not 61. So that makes sense. So we're 5 years out. A little more faith boosting. We do have to keep that going. So now we're at 2180. 2180. You know what? We could start production on this and just pay a little interest, I suppose. Does the construction edict, if I do a state edict that does, where's the one that development, no, modifier, no, isn't there one that, I thought there was one that did construction cost, development cost? Maybe not. There must be somewhere for that to work, but guess not here. We also need to get the money sorted out before we do these vassals. So you're at 46, and it's on its way up to 53. So when that hits 50, we can go ahead and pull one of these guys out without tanking things. There is also the monopoly of livestock, which will eliminate. We've been doing that since the beginning. Our mercantilism is 31, which is awesome. It's been basically paying cash to do that. So those monopolies are quite effective. I doubt there's any other monopolies in other ones, right? Oh, monopoly of dye, yeah. Gain 73 from dye production. We get no dye production for X amount of time. And then that drops the absolutism numbers, which we want to get rid of later. But we could do that. Make more mercantilism. Let's do that. And is there a clergy one that does that? Do we want the clergy one? Should have been doing these on a long time ago. Wool monopoly is only 27. That one's not bad. Okay, so if we do this, what that does is drives the absolutism up, drives the equilibrium of loyalty up, which allows allows us an easier chance of getting the other ones revoked. And this does absolutism, but it doesn't do any influence, so we want to do that in that order. Let's do that. It'll keep driving up the mercantilism. Now 33%. Increase the provincial trade power modifier, embargo efficiency, and burger loyalty. Look at that. Power projection is low. Who is our rivals right now? Congolese rivals is Mamluks, Spain, and Russia. Let's go with Mamluks. We can insult them. Send an insult when we have people to do so. This guy can come home. Good, 13 days. We'll send off the insult because we're right now wasting power projection. We have only 49. We need to get to 50 in order to keep the +1 happening there. So we'll go with a stern, scornful insult. That'll impress all the people we want to impress. Go. Now, do the Ottomans have any interest in a friend? They're not far off. And it's mostly because of distance. So if we were to... Yeah, distance minus 43. So if we get land, say we went up through Tunis here, and we got Mediterranean coast, that would immediately put us as an opportune friend with the Ottomans. So that sounds like a long-term smart call, because the Ottomans would be a good hammer against everything in here. The Ottomans would be great against the Mamluks. They'll be good to counter the Spanish. Yeah, I think that's a win-win situation, where the Ottomans might be in decline, but honestly, still they'll be a powerhouse. We can help counter their decline. 201,000 troops right now. Amazing. And they'll be at Tech 20. Yeah. Okay, so what have we been doing with ideas? We finished the quantity ideas, so we're going to be focusing our military on the new idea group. We will get the new forts, so that's going to take a loan for sure. Oh, you know what I did? I paid off the burger loans, and now I can't get any more burger loans. Oh, that was dumb. Well, no, I can remove something from them. Private trade fleet is ship cost and trade power. Free enterprise, loyalty, equilibrium, and influence. Oh, that's the free enterprise. It does nothing else, right? Yeah, we're going to remove that one. That'll drop their happiness down. These guys, we have too high of a influence in the pastors to remove any of their stuff. Infantry and cavalry cost goes up. Darn it. This guy was a conquistador, right? And I don't think we have that option to recruit him. Now, that will wreck the loyalty for... That's right. Talked about that. We could bring in a diet to drop this out, but I think we're fine to leave that for now. And then we'll be able to do the indebted to the burgers to bring on cash. That's a hefty chunk of loans. So what we're going to do now is we're going to not do that. We're going to go to these. Look over these. The level 2 on this one goes from... Oh, this adds a 5% to the tech cost and cost to fabricate claims down. And the other one is... Oh, non mandal, which is yearly naval tradition and global settler increase. Not of importance to me. And the capital, we have one that does what? Right now it's institution spread and reform progress. Goes up from 20 to 33 and 10 to 15. Not of interest there. Again, not the one I want. Down in the city of Kami. Wait, we are level 2? Oh yes, Kami is level 2 because that's a tech cost one. Fabricate claim ones, that's what I was looking at before. So why do we not have Timbuktu? Oh, missionaries currently there. How long for that missionary? 48. It's only 2 years to finish that. And does the other one down here increase its tech? No. We don't want to do that. So 2 things have to happen. We've got the forts all have to be, the proper forts have to be upgraded. I think we'll do Timbuktu with an upgrade. We'll probably remove all the non-level 4 forts. Like this one can go away. We had Benin, and it's got a major strategic advantage there. But we might do both forts there. Capital will have one. We'll keep this one intact. It'll be upgraded. Don't see the need to put forts elsewhere right now. This blocks this one. When we have territory over here, we'll obviously want to bottleneck that as well. And over here, that's future me problems. Okay. All right, we'll let that go. We have 66,000 something in debt. You know what? Hold on. That's reform spread and institution spread. Not urgent. This is the one that doesn't give us any advantage other than fabricate claims cost, which is not worth it. This is the settler boost. He's already 10. It goes to 15 plus a enable tradition. Reviewing these, I don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna wait on this one. So let's see about other buildings then. In the meantime, we have uprises coming. We do. Where's that one? Messina. Good. Okay, let's look to other buildings. We have trade depots. We have the trade depots that are inexpensive, which means they're already there. So let's put a bunch of these in. A bunch of them. I know I wanted to bring on forts. That's okay. It's another couple thousand. I'm gonna hold off. That's enough. Now, we could also increase our manpower, which would be probably very, very advantageous to do. Let's look to buildings for our manpower. We have the barracks, which is manpower modifier, and we have the training field. If we put in some training fields, instead of in the price, let's go this way. There we go. Like a few of those, and we'll leave it at enough to build the thing. It'll be another, what, 2 years to finish this? And to upgrade is 2,600. We already have enough to do it. Let's put in some more manpower. We could increase our force limit. We'll put in one more training field. There we go. And then we'll hold it there at 2,500. I think honestly the money is worth doing, even though it's a debt purchase. I think that's worth doing. That gives us those 5 loans back again, which just keeps happening. But I probably shouldn't have pulled those loans so soon. That's still okay. So we were going to work on reducing this. We're at 46. We got to get to 50. Okay, we'll let that keep riding. We did the power projection. That's helping with points. Galidi is an ally. We need you to be a vassal. There you go. That is now sorted. Air does belong to Tunis as a vassal. We are improving relations, and I'll keep that going. There's no way that Tunis is going to be interested in... Like, there's no way to get them to trade the vassal off, I'm sure. Sure that's not a thing. Let's go ahead and start revoking the forts we don't need. That one there, we'll keep those 2 there and there. Gives us 5 forts. Pretty sensible. It's basically all we need. For the time being. Got a rebellion about to pop. We're building spy network in Mogadishu to establish that. Tunis as well. And then air, we're building relations there. 2642. So this religion stuff is, what did it say? It's December of 48. So exactly 2 years from now, we'll be able to start that project. We can invest in new technology, and I think we will, unless there is something we can do to drop the cost of it. Nothing right now. Nothing right now. No. Okay, let's do it. There we go. And we're going to spend the money for that thing on upgrading forts not quite immediately. That one can't be built. Well, that's awkward. One thing after another there. Right? Wait. What? Oh, okay. Oh, is this... Wait a second. Directional control that refer... Yeah. Are you sure you wish to build a star fort in Benin? Yeah, it's not like there are going to be 2 of them, right? Yeah, I click here to upgrade it. Right? Yeah, well, it's still showing there, but this is the upgrading. I hope I'm doing that right. It's been a while. Go. That one. Training field. Oh, they're working on a training field here, so we can't do that one yet. Need to build the forts. That's good. That entrance and that entrance to the mainland are blocked. This one will be quite a while coming. We could put the fort up in here instead. It's not a bad idea. But Timbuktu is probably the better choice. Ooh, just... Ow. That hurts. For 10 years discipline loss? No. We'll take the manpower loss. Right now we had 107, something like that, thousand. Okay, we got rebels taken care of, and you get strict drill master. Very nice. Speaking of drill master, I think we are free enough on the rebellion front that we can begin drilling our troops. Let's do that. You guys can get a drilling. Wait. Subject rebels aren't an issue. Regular rebels are not an issue. These guys will eventually be, but we need a general there to do that. Oh, and I need another leader. Do we have leader limits breached? No, we could have 6 in the army. Okay, 6 army leaders. We could have done a conquistador, but that's going to hurt the relations, right? So we do not want to do that. That's correct. Making a generous donation. So that we want to hold on to in case we can use it to bump the loyalty above the influence. World Charter and Explorer doesn't cost anything to access that. Our merchant fleet does have a leader, right? Do they both have leaders? That one does. Where's the other fleet? It does have an admiral. Yep. What's he at? 0220. Okay, that's fine. Not selling titles, and we're not seizing lands. We're at 47-1. Okay. Now this army over here. Recall diplomat. There, please. This army, not there. This army down. Nope. Where is it? Up here. Yes, you are. You need to get a new dude. Ruler's already a leader. Recruiting can keep. Oh, our military points are out because we just spent on 19. What was 19 tech again as far as tech goes? Got us the bastion, right? It's a castle. And the swivel cannon comes in next with more combat width and infantry fire. It's now 17. It's about to go to 19. So our armies are not quite properly balanced. We might need to reduce them. Yeah, we might. A cathedral. Nice. Missionary strength. Okie mokie. Local tax modifier up 60% with those things. Jeez. Okay, let's keep this going. Storm modifier. The pastors, you are down to 79. Yes. The New World Charter one is August of 50. It disappears, but that is one that we've been keeping intentionally because colonizing has been helping that way, but we could get rid of it and we could go with this one here, coexistence. So that would reduce it entirely. Don't know that we need to. Let's see, do we have multiple modifiers that give us the colonial advantage? Missionary strength, X, mission. Those are some old ones. Liberty, desire of subjects. Okay, no expiry date. Absolute rule, huh? What? No. Nope. No. There it is. New World Mission. So the uprise chance is minus 50% with that. That is the New World Mission. And then do we have any other modifiers that do that? No. Do we have any government reforms that would do that? You're doing the discipline guys, can't mess with that. Separation of powers. Institution embracement costs and maximum absolutism are running there. Proclaim divine guidance. Oh. Government rank empire gives the following benefit: +1 diplomat. Oh, that's the theocracy. That's another government type. This is the monarchy. Stay as we are. We could have advisors increase. Oh. Advisors increase yearly Republican tradition by 0.02. Cannot seize crown land. We don't want to do the cannot seize crown land part for sure, so let's ignore that. Supremacy of the diet. Destroys the absolutism, increases equilibrium. No, thank you. Parliamentarianism. We could actually have the parliamentary effect in the game, right? This enables parliament. Disables call diet, disables nobility estate. Parliament becomes a thing then. National unrest is down. We could turn our country into a parliamentary democracy. A republic. No, we're a democracy, I think. But that would replace the presidential system? No, I'm not sure that that's the way to go. Regionalism. Max promoted cultures. That would be pretty good. Union of States. Global trade power. That's the Merchant Republic mechanic. Government capacity is the one we've got right now, so we'd be losing a bunch of governing capacity. State maintenance is an option. Cell clone. So expelling minorities. So basically you kick them out of the country and send them off to a colony somewhere, and it turns them into, turns that place into that culture and removes that culture from our spot. No, I don't think so. Jeepers. I don't think there's anything that can affect the colonial uprising then. I think those would have been earlier on if there was something. Yearly inflation reduction and interest per annum. Should have had that thing go. Currently we have war economy, ship cost, regiment cost, and war tax cost. Add a colonist, not really worth it. No, see, we're not there. Unless there's consolidation power. Unless there's an idea group maybe, or they called estate. No, these I'll look at it after. Absolutism crashed. Pollution of power. Advisors, monthly autonomy. Really cost and all powers. Okay. Nope, none of that is viable. Let's go to our policies. There isn't anything coming up that will have anything to do with what we need. And the only, the New World Order is the only one, or New World Mission? New World Mission is the only one that's able to do that. Now that, I'm sure there was a third option. Didn't we have a mission that did something like that? Or that would have given an effect. And I don't remember. Wouldn't hurt if the one of them would be here, but I guess that's not going to be the case. So, wait a second. We have, yes, we have this one here, which gives the 50% reduction in native uprising. And we have the other one. So if we were going to relieve this, the other one brings it down to 0. But if we do this, then we can stop doing that other one. The downside is the native assimilation is actually pretty potent, although we're pretty much done all our colonialism. Like we have available colonists, really? We have colonists, apparently. We have colonists, but it doesn't really matter how much these get. So the assimilations, basically, we get, when we finish colonizing it, these places add manpower, production, or taxes at some level based on the remaining people. So native population 4,000. They may or may not tolerate your presence. When the colony becomes a city, the remaining natives will give the following benefit. Goods produced. 0.5. So the remaining, that's not goods produced exclusively. There's a whole bunch of other stuff involved in that, I think. Right? Because this is a 1-1-1. Let's watch these. There's 4,000. I know there's some benefits, other benefits going on there. I just don't remember what they are. Let's go ahead and add that one into the list. We can come down. Where, I'm not sure. I know we don't have anything else to colonize there. Oh, that one is colonized. That. Okay. There are also like provinces through here to colonize. I don't remember where else. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 there. Then there's some over this way here. That's off. There's 5 in here. There are 4 of them more in here. Another 3 here. Another 4 here. We got a ways to go. I don't think there's any colonizing to do after that, because any further out we're going would be into the New World. And the New World's getting a little old by now. In fact, the world is entirely... The heart of Africa is the only place that doesn't have all of its places occupied, I think. I think we literally have, like, maybe there's some in the middle of the South and North America that aren't colonized, but everything else I'm pretty sure is fully encompassed by... I think this is the only stuff left to colonize. So any form of focus on colonialism is obviously of no use to us anymore. So yeah, we can get rid of that one, which does the colonial power here. Not that one, it's a clergy one. It is the clergy one. Establish a New World mission. No. Yes, that's the... Oh, there's the native assimilation. No, native assimilation. That's the one that this does. So this is great because this also adds... So we've been having a very solid assimilation bonuses. We're at 150 in the assimilation, but that's what I was so confused trying to find it, because I knew there was a difference, what I was thinking, but it was the wrong thing. Look at that. Elite regiments will be removed from Congo. Proliferation of the musket. So elite regiments is... What? Where was the elite regiments? As firearms have grown commonplace, our old regiments of elite troops are no longer fills the same function as sharpshooters and pioneers. They are done much to develop their armies over time, and they will now be dispersed among the other regiments. So we get more professionalism, which is cool. Putting us now at 2516. Gain core provinces. Excellent. New estates. This can be turned into an estate. Slide wherever it is. It can be... Huh? Why can I not click to make it a state? Are they still coring? Oh, I didn't core those? I'm a little confused. Is a territory, but I can't state it. Why not? No missionaries to send. That's fine. All right. Well, there you go. 180 now developed for the admin. We definitely need to boost these. But our once long lofty goal of catching up is so far behind now. I'm not terribly upset about that, but I do not want to get into a situation where we're so far behind or off balanced that it causes us serious political or social issues in these guys. So next stage is hitting Songhai at this point, which happens in November 51. We got 4.5 years left to go. Optics are still rampaging through here, which is amusing. That is... Where are the Ethiopians? It must be up this way. Yeah, there they are. They are... Well, some of them are up here. The others are... Okay. Oh, they're up here. They're coming around the north to start messing with Cairo. Well, the Mamluks are busy in the south. All right, we do have some rebellions slowly, very, very slowly brewing. This one's 2.5 years away. It's terrible, but it will happen because it's a new conquest of a new foreign lands. So, not bad. Thanks, everybody, so much for joining me. Have yourselves a great rest of the day. We'll see you in game.